should open Fantasy Ground.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Back for another heaping helping of East Texas University Class Dismissed, sponsored by Prater's Rejects. Duff, thanks so much for giving us the ability and capability to use your channel to upload this series of videos. Students going to Texas University, kind of near the big thicket, the border between East Texas and Louisiana, an area known for odd supernatural happenings. And indeed, it does seem to be a nexus, if you will, of American Indian mythos and the mythos that came up from Mexico, um, and then the odd magics that came from Louisiana, say New Orleans and Baton Rouge, all the way back from Aruba and Bermuda and other Caribbean juju magic sources. So we seem to be at a bit of a nexus. Indeed, that is the case. Odd, super paranormal activity, ghosts, hauntings, odd uh, things called cryptids or cryptics or cryptoids, just odd animals that can't be explained by science, such as the chupacabra of the Mexican mythos. So I've already thanked Duff. I'll thank Shane Hensley and Clint Black for the Fantasy Grounds. I'm sorry, said that wrong. For the Savage Worlds rule set. We use Fantasy Grounds as the virtual desktop, the virtual tabletop on which we play, um, both because of the COVID-19 restrictions, but also because we are a geographically diverse group and have at least 2, 3, maybe more states represented here at the table. Preston DuBose at Wetterman, building on top of the Savage Worlds rule set, East Texas University. Thank you for this wonderful genre of adventures, the setting, the background that you've just built upon and embellished, and given us a very interesting and fun world, which you can think of almost, I've heard it described as Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Scooby Doo meets Stranger Things. And I think that's about as good of a definition off the cuff as I think one could hope to come up with. Amai, I would be remiss if I would not to thank you for the artwork that you provide of our characters and all these little fun sketches that you just drop into our Discord every once and again, and just adds a new dimension to the fun. And I appreciate your dedication. And Corey, I know you're listening. Thanks again for starting this campaign off. It's been 2 years after since we played. We got through freshman year, and then after 2 years, I decided to pick this up, and it was a shame to leave so many chapters open and unclosed. So we decided that we'd go back to East Texas University as sophomores and continue just having fun in this sandbox world provided by Savage Worlds and East Texas University. Like I said, we use Fantasy Grounds here as the virtual desktop, the virtual tabletop, the gaming tabletop, and OBS to sort of pull in our Discord feeds and the Fantasy Grounds die roller and maps and all that good stuff. So we'll get started. I'm just going to open up the floor. We'll go across my screen, introduce ourselves, and basically say anything you want about who you are, the world we live in, the world we're gaming in, your character, what you hope to accomplish. The floor is open, and I'll start. I'm Eric. I live in Colorado, right in the South Denver area. I've known these folks for probably going on 3 years now, and we're just having a lot of fun. I like to think of it as a game where every once in a while we stop laughing hard enough to actually start playing, and then we start laughing again, and from there it's just a downward spiral. I used to play Erica, the rodeo queen, the pre-med major, who was always just one foot out of jail, or one booted foot from the Pine Box jail, and having fun, usually spearheading or wholeheartedly participating in our shenanigans. So, with that said, let's go to Ava's player. What would you like to say?
Hello. I play Ava. I'm Amai, aka, well, I am Cynthia, aka Amai. And I play Ava in our game, the little petite chemistry major gamer who is absolutely terrified of strange boys.
All boys are
Besides
strange.
the friends. Right. All boys and men are strange outside of her friend circle. So yeah, it's Ava. She's very shy. She's very uh very book smart. Very much wants to have good grades all the time. So very much the planner. But yeah, besides that, she just likes to be in the little safety of her friend circle.
Does that include on top of a water tower, friend circle?
Oh boy. Oh, what a that poor girl. She's gone through too much crap in that water tower.
Okay, Shep,
Surprised she hasn't broken a bone.
or a butt. Let's go to Shep next. I didn't catch you drinking, did I?
Just after. Um, well, I play Ship. Um, I am Greg, probably better known as Nightsteed. Uh, Ship is the uh, the lone ranger of the group. Apparently, he is a biotech engineer major. So just like Ava, he is a science geek. He he's got a little bit of some weird supernatural stuff happening around that he's probably going to have to explain once and if we get down off of this water tower. Um, that should be fun. And he may or may not have a slight crush on somebody in the group. That's to be seen.
Very good. And Sophia, last but certainly not least, our artist, our art major.
Yes, Sophia is an art major, a very distracted artist currently dangling off a ladder on the water tower. I think she's nearly dead. My God, I hope she makes it.
Very good. That is where we left. Going to bring up the map where we were. Um, atop the Pine Box, Texas water tower. And let's see if I can get everybody's character sheets up and available. And let's see. Clear a character sheet. How would I do that? Let's see. I can click on it. And it comes up. And I'll close it. And let's see if I can. I think I need to maybe release it. Am help me out here. How can I help you get that character sheet up?
Release. I
So
believe
let's see.
it is to release.
So I'll right click and I see reset bennies. I see a trash can. I'm on the party sheet. Oh, while I'm here, I may as well just reset everybody's bennies because those make happy players even happier. I'm on the
Very happy.
character selection. I see that you own Ava's sheet. So I'll
Yeah, but I have a new computer now, so
ah,
it's not the same username. So I have to clear it so that I can or release it so that I can grab it cuz all I
all
see is
right.
mirror.
Huh. So let's see. I wonder where I need to be to do that. I have the character selection dialog up. Maybe if I
Yeah.
click on her And then
Yeah.
let me make this screen just a little bit bigger.
If you
And
right click on the little box on the character selection window, it should allow you to release the character.
okay, let's see. Let's not delete you.
Please,
There's a
no.
create item. There's a clear owner. Let me do that.
Yes,
Let me clear
that's the
owner.
one.
All right, let's see if this helps at all.
Yay.
Awesome. And as we
I
usually
exist.
we start out almost every session saying it really wouldn't be a session here in East Texas using the wonderful tool set that we use here online without a little bit of the gremlins, a little bit of the imps poking
The
at us and
technical difficulties.
making things a little bit extra fun. Keeping us on our toes with their impy ways. Maybe a quasit, maybe a homunculus, but
Oh boy.
always fun. Let's start off by drawing a card here. Let's draw a curse card for Shep's Hindrance. And those of you that have been following probably recall at one time Shep had the hindrance second fiddle, which meant he was always unsure of himself and never felt he was getting full credit for his capabilities and for his productivity and his contributions to the group. I like to play this game by the first rule being the rule of cool. If it makes the game more fun, I'm all for it. So we decided as part of Shep's growth process, I let him swap hindrances. Instead now he is what is it? What's the
He's hesitant.
hesitant, right? So he tends to think things through before acting, and that's just part of his character growth. So he is no longer being penalized 50% of the time, a penny for his old hindrance of second fiddle. But he also has the cursed hindrance, which means once per session, I get to pull open the card deck and I get to draw a card and see what comes up. Looks like it's a 4. Well, -1 Benny.
That's good. At least I drew the Joker at the end of last game.
Yeah.
So we got a +1, so that evens me out at 3.
Wonderful.
So we'll do this.
Because I was supposed to remind you about that.
Okay, we'll do this by the book. I'll take a Benny away, leaving you with 2, and then I'll pop open the character sheets. A 1 and a 2, and a Sophia makes 3. And I've determined, Sophia, I am
Yep.
dead set this time on remembering that Ava is the chemist and you are the artist.
Are you sure?
We get confused often. It makes me laugh.
Our names
Just
don't even sound the same.
just by saying it, I probably condemn myself to make that mistake just one more time. But
Well,
it's a lot to keep track of.
chemists do make certain drugs that can help artists.
You can be my dealer in this game too.
Oh my god, no, that's too funny. One game at a time. One game at a time. Jesus Christ.
All right, Sophia, Shep, Ava, my friends, you have been awarded an extra Benny. So how many did you start off with, Ava? 3?
I had I believe I had 3.
Okay, you've got 4. That little spin wheel on the mouse is sensitive, and I wanted to make sure I didn't spin that wheel once too many times and give you 2. Let's keep things on the up and up.
Yeah.
And it looks like you own the token. We are in combat. We just finished round 5 and I think went to round 6. A Joker was drawn, and which is good because, my friends, you were low on resources. Where it stands now, the group is at the not any longer at the top of the water tower in Pine Box, Texas. They are, we'll say, arguably about a third of the way down the ladder. um, to the relative safety of the cement pad upon which this monstrous structure arises. Keeping in mind, of course, that the last 18 feet of ladder have been taken away by the county to keep young people predominantly from climbing up and partying and hurting themselves on the water tower. So those last 20 or so feet are going to be a dangerous drop or a shimmy down sturdy piece of nylon rope with a grapnel attached. So let's see, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30. Yeah, about 30 feet down. Sophia is at the top. Ava is in the middle. Ava the chemist. And Shep is ahead. Shep has passed, I think, the halfway point to the relative safety of the ground. They are climbing down a ladder. They are in what is sort of a metal band enclosure, a tubular shell that protects those occupants of the ladder from falling. It's a fail-safe that gives them a little extra bit of safety. They have safety harnesses, which they purchased at the Fork It Up pawn shop. They've got carabiners, some of those little um, metal composite C-shaped clamps with a little snap ring that they have used to secure themselves to this set of rails, the segmented rail that goes along the left of the ladder, just giving them a little bit of extra safety. And I think we've let's see, we've drawn a hindrance card. I think we're about to get started. And I'm going to start this round, and let's see, next combatant should be Shep.
Yep.
And indeed, the gremlins have not taken over the combat tracker as yet. But believe me, the night is young, and such may occur, sadly, with some regularity. We just check OBS and see how the recording is going, see what we can see. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Shep, what would you like to do?
I am going to try to use my slingshot again and see if I can pop Mr. Nasty Britches uh, and hopefully protect one of the two injured parties here.
Shep has
Okay.
gone unscathed.
Yeah. Yeah. So Shep, how many um racquetball sized, and correct me if you are seeing this differently in your mind's eye. I see you as having a few of those little about the size of a racquetball, mostly round stones. But correct me if I'm wrong. You may think that you have little lead pellets, sling bullets, rocks that maybe are more flat that you picked up from a stream bed. Tell me what you think you have.
I would say it would probably be just like stream bed rocks, something that you could just pick up around town, out in the parks or whatever.
Sure, absolutely. There are a few streams that
'Cause
run through Pine Box. In fact, Whiskey Creek is a good place to go, and you can find the Lost Pond. I think it's called Crenshaw's Pond, in the middle of this beautiful wooded glade in the south portion of town, but still within the city limits. You go in there and you can wade and cool off a little bit, and Whiskey Creek runs through that small pond. No shortage of small uh, rocks, smooth stones that you could pick up, just the right size for a slingshot. And also an odd bit of knowledge: the Crenshaw's Creek, one of the founders of Pine Box. The people were dying; they couldn't find water. They came there to set up a settlement, set up by an impresario from Mexico, and perhaps 50 or 60 strong in settlers, and about on the verge of death from starvation. Um, the water in the big thicket just too foul to consume. So the legend was that he found this spring when he made a deal with a demon in this area. Please don't let us die. Do what it take from me, whatever you will, but please let us survive. We've come so far, and we need to find water to drink. And he happened upon this spring-fed and creek-fed pond, and pine box sprung up around it, and did very well um, until a year later when he was found drowned face down in the pond. 1 year to the day of Crenshaw's Pond. So just a little bit of background there, a little bit of pine
Mm.
box background rendered to the best of my memory. I am going to be 57 years old at the end of this month. So if I've forgotten a
Ooh.
detail, I think the younger set would be willing, I think, to forgive me and give me this, just grant me this one indulgence. So, Shep, if you would like, this nasty, nasty imp, I believe his name uh, is it Gnegmal?
Turkey.
Gnegmal.
Gnegmal. He's just fluttering around, pointing at you and spitting vile oaths at you as he decides which one of these uh, targets are going to be his next, as you are all kind of hanging on for dear life to this ladder. And I would be remiss not to mention the fact that there are 2 cars parked outside of the chain link fence where some high school kids, a carload of young men and a carload of young women, have gotten out,
Yay.
and they're just enjoying the spectacle and wondering what these high school or college students, it's kind of hard to make out from where they are, exactly how old you are. Of course, Ava's like, what, 4'10"? She could be a
Yeah,
toddler.
base.
She could be
She's
a tall
probably.
toddler.
They're like, what are those people doing with that child up there?
But they're giving you all sorts of thumbs up and accolades and hoping you make it down safely. There's precious little to
Oh,
do Pine Box Friday
Welcome
night.
back.
All right.
thank you.
Gosh. What? I know, poor Ava.
Okay.
She's so small.
So Shep, if you want to take a shooting roll,
Yep.
at Gnegmal, about a 3.5 foot imp with big bushy eyebrows and a hooked nose, wicked tail with a barb at the end.
I don't know if they can, but this turkey buzzard seems to have rabies.
Indeed he does, and we'll make absolutely sure that you gain the benefit of that joker, which means a
Uh,
+2 to your trait rolls.
it's so funny.
Negmal's parry is 6. A 5
Okay,
is
I'm
a
going to copy that.
miss, and it's a miss because of the medium range. I would probably impose a little extra bit of a minus, just because of the awkwardness of leaning out of this
Yep.
shell, this lattice work, and trying to lean up and fire straight up. But we'll let the dice determine success or failure.
We'll try one more time
Another
because
Benny.
we need to try to get some help here.
Yeah, the imp is laughing at you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't have
no.
anything, no abilities to do it besides
Ah,
that.
he says, I
So
like
I'm
you. I like you. I may let you go, but the girls are mine, he says, cackling wickedly
Oh,
as little
no.
specks of infernal saliva emitted from between his
and
razor-toothed
I'm.
jaws.
If you could move me down, I'm just going to move my movement down.
Okay, half speed. Another 15 feet. Next, combat goes to Gnegmal the imp.
Oops,
What should he?
Oh.
we hit it at the same time.
What, what should we do? What should we do? Oops. Somehow he advanced twice, so I'll move back up to Gnegmal. Let's see. He has so much that he can do. He's got a touch that can cause slumber. He's got a spell or a touch that can cause weakness and fatigue. He's got a wickedly barbed tail. He's got claws that he can slash with.
Oh,
First things first, let's see
Oh
who
man.
he may wish to attack. We'll say
Eeny, meeny, miny,
we're going to
mo.
go 1, 2, 3, Sophia, 4, 5,
yeah.
6, Ava. And it comes up a
It's gonna.
6.
Oh,
So
Oh no!
he's gonna flutter down, and he's going to get
Ay,
next
Dios
to
mío.
Ava.
No me gusta.
Imp is chauvinist.
Oh no.
So let's see. Shooting, notice, climbing. He is going to cast a ritual of slumber. He
Oh
would
no.
love to put you to sleep and then watch your frail carcass hurtle down towards the ground, probably taking out that annoying little marksman, that little sharpshooter on the way that is about 30 feet below you. That magical
Ay,
spell
Dios.
of slumber.
I hope
He
this
will
rope will
attempt
hold me up a little bit.
a 7 on his ritual roll is a success. Ava, I would like a
Great
spirit
guys.
roll at -2. A spirit roll at -2 to avoid the effects of this magical slumber spell.
Spirit roll. Oh. Oh, that's right. I was like, why did it go down to... It's -2?
And there might be additional minuses due to soreness. Soreness, yeah, fatigue. So let's see. The fatigue is a -1. Is there a wound or something that would account for the additional -1 that I seem to see in the combat tracker, or in the die roller? I
I
should say.
am currently...
Looks like
Let's
you're
see here.
fatigued.
I have fatigue. What? Oh, wait. That should probably be at a -3 if there's
Yeah,
2 negatives, but I don't know
yeah,
why.
yeah. I don't know what that second -1 would be. I half expected to see that you had taken a wound. You had
I
not.
don't know.
This is not a notice roll or something that like a
Here,
hindrance may
let me
may
do it
come into
straight up
play.
without
Yeah.
the
Type a little
stuff and...
minus,
Let's
or yeah,
see.
just do it with nothing and let's see if it comes up.
Hold on.
Just plain
Oh,
old
goodness.
a
Yay.
-1 and a +1. So
Oh, that's because of the Joker. So it was at a -3, but it took off 1 because of the Joker, right?
No, I don't think so. I think a Joker only gives Shep that +2 bonus, not everyone. Am I mistaken in
Oh,
that?
I don't
I was
know.
under the
That's
impression
really odd.
that everyone got a Benny. But
Yeah.
does everybody take a +1? Well, I guess we will find that out.
Here.
If we get down to Sophie, I guess I could consult the rules just real quickly.
Well, I just typed in -2, and then as soon as I picked up my spirit to roll, it changed it to a -3. So it is
Okay.
picking up the -1 from my fatigue,
Okay.
but I don't know where that +1 is coming from.
None of us are experts at the Savage Worlds rule set. I'm currently using Suede, and it's remarkable that the things that I thought I was so sure that I knew, sometimes I just have to look them up and be sure. Bennies can be spent, blah blah
I'm gonna
blah,
do
actions,
this
free
one.
actions, and I was looking up.
So I think that third one is the proper roll
That looks right.
because
That
it's a
looks
-1 and a -2. So the -2 is what I implemented, and then the -1 came from the fatigue. but I was confuzzled as to the plus.
Characters with the Joker act whenever they want into a round, even interrupting another's action. They also add +2 to all trait and damage rolls. So I don't think other party members benefit, except for the fact that everybody did get a Benny.
Okay.
And then you always get the benefit of having someone that can interrupt at any time. So let's see. We'll call that first roll was a 2. That
Yeah.
first roll was a -1. And then we won't count spirit roll number 2 or spirit roll number 3. If you would
Yeah.
like to roll at a -3 with a Benny, let's do that. Else, nighty night.
Let's do that with a Benny then. So -2, and then the 3 will be.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yay!
Yay!
I won't come hurtling down on top of ship today.
This imp, Gnegmal, he grabbed that lattice work with one steely clawed hand and he said, "It's the Sandman for you, sweetheart." And he sort of goes into the air and blows a puff of dust at you. And you see it coming and you hold your breath and you squint your eyes shut and you look away and you feel a little bit dizzy for a moment, but then you open your eyes and he's there with a frown on his countenance as he is very disappointed that you did not succumb to his magical effect. Sophia is next. Sophia, what would you like to do? You are the highest on the ladder.
Yes.
I see 1 wound and 2 points of fatigue.
I can use bennies on that, right?
No.
To soak something.
Oh, well, oh wait, no, I can't. It's already happened. Never mind.
Any further ones you can certainly benny
Yeah,
soak.
that's what I was thinking of. Well, I'm gonna start climbing down.
Very good. You could move 15 feet. Would you like to take the run action? You'd only gain the benefit of 1 more 5 feet of movement, because then the bottoms of the soles of your feet are going to be right at about the top of Ava's head.
Yeah, I don't want to get too close to what's going on under me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna make another attempt at the stun gun.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Let's take a quick look up. I think that range is 1/2/4. So this will be medium range.
Are there any other negatives, or it'll roll automatically, right?
Well, there are other negatives. There's the fact that you took a wound. What was that? Was that when Gnegmal stabbed his barbed tail into your flesh and pumped you full of like nauseating fatigue poison, his venom?
He did a lot. I know he hit me at least twice.
It was a bad time.
So
I tried to kick him and it went horribly wrong.
Will there be negatives? Oh, most certainly there will be. And let's make sure that you type in a -2, or make sure a -2 is figured in, just because it is the range is medium range.
Whoa.
That's a -7.
Dang.
Well, it looks like it did the math right. So that's a plus.
Yeah, I've got bennies. I'm gonna try it again.
As long as you've got bennies, you can absolutely try again and again and again.
Thing.
Oh no!
Gosh darn it!
Add that -2, and one more time. Why not?
Gnegmal has already tasted this one time.
Oh, what?
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Only a 0. Only a 0.
I'm done. That's
Yeah.
better than the -2.
It certainly
It
is.
was better.
It certainly
Right.
is. Sophia advanced the round to the next combatant, saving me the problem of having to do it. Ava, it is your turn.
Huh. The one time she should have had her pepper spray on her.
I tried to help.
She didn't bring it with her because she's a dork. Uh, let's see here. What does she have on her? She's got. She only has her little Tamagotchi and her cell phone. All right. So she's gonna try, I guess, to. She'll try to grab his little tail again and see if she can't. Uh, I guess. Whack him against the the grate of the ladder surrounding us before trying to move on.
Okay. Would you like to call this an attack, or would you like to call this a grapple?
um, let's try. It'll be an attack. I want to try and hit it and like hurt him this way
Okay.
because she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to hold on to him forever. She wants to let go and yeah.
His parry is a respectable 6.
You
Let's
can
see.
do it.
That it's a fighting roll.
It is a fighting roll.
All right. Let's see what we can do here. I got 11. No, 10.
You hit. Let's see. Let's see what you you reached out, grab hold of his tail, and you're kind of give it a yank. So when you yank it, you're hoping that you're going to pull him right up against those bars, right up against the lattice work. And
Yeah.
maybe, I mean, the edges aren't sharp, but they are certainly hard metal strips. And it's eminently possible, especially with the exploding die in this Savage World rule set, eminently possible that you could do some damage. Let's see, Ava on her combat sheet only has pepper spray. So let's add a, we'll call it a slap.
I like it.
And we'll call it
It'll be
a
like
strength die. And let's
Yeah.
see, how do
Like
I
melee non-lethal
and damage?
kind of
It says
damage.
ZZ at the bottom. I don't know what ZZ means. Could
Huh.
that mean
Oh,
that you're
non-lethal.
not considered, armed?
Non-lethal.
But it did put a 4. But how do I? Oh, you know what? I probably. Why doesn't it? Oh, there. Okay, pop up a new dialogue here. It's
Yeah.
melee. The damage is non-lethal. We're going to call it STR for strength. It should just okay. It's not armor piercing. Certainly not. Not unless
Oh
you've
no.
got Squirrel Girl like powers. Your reach is going to be 1.
5.
And
Oh, like 5 feet. No,
yeah,
1 square.
one square. And we'll
Is that minimum strength?
yeah. Since your hand is a light weapon, we'll call it a D4 of slap damage as you attempt to pull this
I like
critter.
it. That's funny.
And we'll just let the die determine your success or apparent failure.
Glorious. All right. So, since it was a success, now I use the slap.
Well, let's see. It was a success. Let me look at his parry was a 6.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call that 10 a hit with a raise. So you can click
Ooh.
that little tiny D6 right next to the run button. That is your I hit with a raise, so I do an extra D6 of damage button and apply that. As in
Yeah.
Savage Worlds, everything works in series or in factors of 4. So she needed a 6 to hit. 4 more than 6 is 10, which she achieved. Therefore, we call that a raise. And good things happen when the dice explode at the top end.
So the little plus damage dice thing.
Yes. And if you
Cool.
if you just click that and it shows highlighted, it should
Yeah.
add an extra d6 of damage, which could be the
Let's
battle.
do it. Ah. Oh no. On
I
a
mean,
Benny
you can't
bat.
you can't really critical fail
Oh no, you're right. It's
damage.
critical.
Let's see.
Crap.
You can critical fail damage.
I've critical
Apparently.
failed my damage,
Okay, you know
apparently.
what? It looks to
Think
me
you
it looks to
know.
me like you rolled that as if it was an attack.
Yeah.
Oh, fudge. I did the wrong one. Hold, please.
Yeah, you can't critical fail. You can hit meagerly and weakly and not do much damage, but
Hold
yeah.
on. Let me do this again.
I was about to say we have noodle arms, but come on.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. It says Gnegmal was missed. I'm like, well, no, you already hit him. And make sure that little D6 is still active
Oh,
because you do get that extra D6 of
I
damage.
did the roll, but it's reconnecting me to you, so I don't know if it went through.
Dang.
The imp doesn't want to die. Look at him holding on for dear life. He's sending negative
He's
energy.
giving her such a hard time.
He's go-
It's I reconnected. Dang, I don't think it went through.
Was
Hold
it
on.
good?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw it roll the one oh no, it did the extra D6, but it didn't go through. Well, fudge. All right. One more for the old college try.
There's an
All
imp.
right.
There's an imp poking my wireless router. Ooh.
Ooh, it's shaking.
Good.
He is shaken. Do I want to spend a Benny to unshake, or do I want to wait until his turn when he gets a free attempt to unshake? And the way I remember is to soak is vigor, because I think of the phrase soak in vinegar. So you soak with vigor and you Shakespeare. You shake with spirit. So his spirit is an 8. He's got a lot of spirit. Do I
Oof.
want to spend a Benny to unshake? Yes, of course I do.
Mm.
I should say before I do this, Ava, if you wish to burn a Benny to try to do more damage, you certainly can. Don't let me jump ahead of you.
Like to replace what I rolled or to add on top?
To replace what you rolled.
Oh.
Because that 1 on that D6 is kind of meager.
It is. Well, I have 3 more. Let me see. So let's give it a try. Why not? Oh, I forgot to. Oh,
There you
Nice.
go. There you go.
Uh,
Sometimes, yes.
Now you just need to roll the D6.
yeah, I forgot to click the button. So here's the D6. So 14 total. Holy smokes!
Hmm.
The
Oh.
Hopefully he's a feather duster now.
tiny rage